Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Sunless Sea. So, I have made my way back to London since last time, and you might notice, oh great, that the moment I start recording my mouse starts acting up. Yeah, I still haven't replaced it, oh well. I'm sure it's gonna be fine now, forever. So you might notice that I am actually missing some hull, so I could have pretty easily made it back to London without any encounters. However, I did run into a pirate. Actually, I think I ran into the same pirate twice. The first time, I didn't really get anything out of it, and I reloaded. Then I got into a fight with another one, or the same one. I think enemies are actually just randomly placed. So that probably was just randomly a different pirate. It's been a few days too, so... but I think that's how it happened. And I thought I could maybe do a little bit better, because it seems possible if you can get the jump on them, and then also try and stay behind them, that you might just take them out without taking any damage. I did end up taking one hit anyway, but rather than just drop me some generic fuel or supplies, I actually got an item, like one of those trade items, and I'm not sure how valuable it is, but I've decided to roll with it for the time being. I can always reload if it turns out that it's really not worth anything, but that's why. And I'll show you what that is in a moment. But the moment I arrived at London, this happened. The revenue man, Her Enduring Majesty's Customs Service, works closely with both the Ministry of Public Decency and the Masters of the Bazaar. Right, that's why they're looking for romantic literature and human souls, neither of which I have, so just let them do their worst. Collect messages. This story only appears when you've been at sea for a little while. Well, that's true. A breath of relief. As soon as the gangplank touches the quayside, the terrors of the deep sea lighten. Walk taller, smile more readily, but what dreams may cling? Okay, so I could get some free terror reduction here, but at the cost of skipping this. Well, no, actually, I have to choose one of these, one or the other. And the only question is whether I'm already super terrified or not. Okay, anyway, gotta click on that. Obviously, all the clutter is on the dark side. Okay, but nothing actually immediately happened. However, I did see that a little gift had popped up. And that seems to be the same event that or story I guess I should say, that I saw on my very first captain, where I declined the offer. I'm tempted to take it this time around for some free supplies. And obviously there's going to be some kind of drawback in the long run, but... that being said, there hasn't really been a long run yet, has there? So, you know, I'm willing to take that risk. Something future me will have to deal with. Anyway, something has changed underneath. Someone wants to sign on. Good, we might even be able to afford him or her. That's all for now. Another day free evening. Right, okay. Great. So where to start? Maybe start at the shop. So what I have is a bowl of spider silk, which can be sold for 50. I mean, is that worth taking 5 damage for? Possibly. Honestly, that's not bad. I don't remember seeing any quest or any event that required me to have spider silk, and those probably exist. But I think for now I'm happy to just sell this for 50. That's still a lot of money at this point in the game for me. So yes. Okay. So that was a lucky find. I think. Probably could have gotten luckier. Could have not been hit maybe. But that seems difficult. So, you know, I'm okay with this. Let's take a look at this here. A very fine evening to you, Captain. What you might call mentor is very fond of adventurous sea captains, yes. Accept the dispensation to make sure you have 15 points of space in the hold. 15 points, wait. Fuel and supplies, oh, right. Who's this patron? Is there a catch? He runs a very fine and very liberal establishment just across the river, but is much patronized by sailors and by men of wit and vinegar. A public house, and there's no obligation to speak of. My patron would hope only that you might remember him kindly, and I suppose that if the opportunity should arise for you to return his kindness, then I do not imagine he would refuse your offer. Right. So eventually we'll obviously have to, well, either do them a favor, which is definitely going to be something fishy, or refuse the offer and suffer more dire consequences then. But, you know, that's okay. Let's go. Last time I refused, which is definitely the smart thing to do, but accepting is the more immediately useful and also probably more interesting thing. So here we go. I courteous nod. Well, my patron hopes that you find these little gifts to your liking, and he expects that perhaps someday you might choose to call him at the Medusa's head. Call on him at the Medusa's head. Should that day come, we will make you very welcome and give you any safe conduct that you might require. Good evening to you. 10 fuel and 5 supplies. You accepted the proposal. Okay. Menaces, suspicion. Oh, you rapscallion. This will increase as you conduct criminal activities or have contact with rough swords. Yeah, I was gonna say. Not quite committed any crimes yet. So that, well, we'll see. Might or might not happen. Consider a special surgeon. Oh, right, of course. I hadn't even fully registered with me that we know this person. Well, yes, absolutely. Again, unfortunate, in a way, unfortunate that we replace our one already existing officer, but, you know, obviously I'm not gonna not take her. Just on the off chance I'm actually gonna be able to do something with her this time around. Yeah, sorry, plausible surgeon. I guess we can basically turn you in for resources. Apparently that's how these default officers work, if you can deliver them to where they want to go. In his case, it was somewhere in the south. It's fine. Let's start by speaking to her, invite her to dine. I mean, 1 supply? Yeah, we recently have acquired plenty. It hasn't updated my fuel, but that should be 15 now, right? Which is, or, yeah. That's kind of nuts. Precise bite sizes. Lost 1 supply, but we are starting to learn about her. Why not proposition to her right away? I guess I was saying, yeah, I mean, I suppose previously my reasoning not to do that was, well, during the first playthrough, I didn't want to just rush things. Funny, considering that, you know, I died very quickly, of course, and never got anywhere. With my second captain, I said, well, it doesn't really make sense to get into a relationship with another woman. But you know, screw it. No caresses. She undresses you. Excuse me. Proposition to her, and she immediately undresses me. Okay, and stands scowling at you as if choosing where to make an incision. Then fingertips at the point of her tongue. She's not exactly impatient, but determined and precise, and she knows exactly what will produce the most intense sensation. Your vision blackens near the end, but she never quite goes too far. When you're too drained and dizzy to move, she gives you a smug look that you could possibly interpret as affection. Okay, well that was very sudden. I expected that things to start out a little bit more slowly. I don't know. But okay. I guess we're not losing any time. Who knows how much longer we have. We lost 5 terror though, that's good. Fraternize with one of your officers. Oh yeah. I mean, surely that's not gonna lead to trouble, right? Well, we'll see. We'll see if it does. And now we're looking for that strange catch. Okay. But since we didn't have her on board when we went to Vanderbite, so we did not actually meet her father. But since we cannot really do anything with that information anyway until we've advanced her storyline a little bit further, it seems. That doesn't matter. We can always return to Vanderbite at some point. It's not that long of a trip. So, okay, cool. That happened. What else? Lodgings. Newspaper. Good. Okay. Some free stuff. Rest in the room. Okay, I can do that because I have some terror. But why would I do that? Give you a restful night if you do not already have one. I don't have a restful night, but I don't know if that's useful in my current situation. Obviously, if I had a wound, this would be much more valuable. Because certainly getting rid of one is a good thing. Okay, anyway, Labyrinth is still there. Obviously, we can't do anything there. Well, I shouldn't assume anything, but yeah, you can only sell or buy live specimens for whatever nebulous reasons. Right, we don't have extraordinary implications or unread logs. Okay, that's different. That's a type of item that I hadn't seen yet. Prim Baronet. Well, nothing I can do there, but we do have a couple of things to report. We'll see how much money that's going to give us. Continue. Hunter's Keep. That's not worth a whole lot, but we do get a favor and some free fuel. Honestly, I wasn't expecting, or I wasn't remembering that shady event to offer me that many resources. But if I remember correctly, so I wasn't really expecting to have as much available, in which the fuel would immediately update the way supplies apparently do. But whatever. So I wasn't really planning around this at all. But right now it looks like maybe, just maybe, I might be able to stock up enough resources to actually travel to the surface. Because that is pretty nearby, and that sounds absolutely fascinating. I mean, in a way, I talked about that last time, or last run, when I got that mirror box, right? That mirror catch box, rather. Or was it called mirror catch? Whatever. No, that's... I want to say it was called something different, but anyway, a device designed to catch sunlight, right? Trap sunlight inside. And I think I was just handed that for free, basically, for reaching the Isle of Cats, which I know where it is. I could make a trip there in a straight line. Hope not to run into any encounters, or, you know, keep trying until I do. Pick up that box and then make the trip to the surface, now that I suddenly find myself with potentially all the required resources. Now, I think the game suggested or even demanded at least 22 units of fuel, and I don't know exactly how many supplies. And the commenter at some point suggested to have a full crew for that trip as well. I wonder if that is because you're likely to lose a lot of people. I really don't know what to expect from the surface trip, to be honest. If it's just gonna be, that's just gonna play out as an event, or if that's actually another place to explore, to sail around in. I mean, you know, one of the many things I'd like to find out, and we might be about to find out. Anyway, for now, let's keep reporting. Picking up more fuel. Wither. 20 echoes. Codex, where we've never actually been to. 20 echoes, 1 fuel. Another favor. And that might actually be enough. Yeah, to talk to this guy. Nice, nice. Right. So we don't need that. Hull is looking okay, despite having taken that little bit of damage, but, you know. Vital Intelligence, we don't have that. Submit your port reports, we don't have any more of those, unfortunately. Right. Ask what he needs. Information. Probably didn't need to ask about that. Red honey. Okay, we don't actually have a secret Is that right? I suppose I haven't discovered enough new places to get even a single secret. We could go carousing. 80% chances of success. Now, what is this going to do for me? Is this going to do anything for me? Right, hire on more crew. That's the option that I saw last time, and yeah, I forgot that. Crew just means straight up crew members, and so I clicked on it. Also, earlier, yeah, I obviously had seen this option before because it's always there, and I just assumed that it would give you one crew member because it says no more than 9, right? You can have no more than 9. So I just assumed that a single crew member was always going to be 30 echoes, but apparently it's 3, or maybe it's maybe the number you get is actually random. That is probably the case now that I think about it. So you might get unlucky and only get 1 for 30, but I guess in this case I got 3, which, you know, fair enough. I guess it wasn't completely wasted, only partially. Alright, new recruit, nope. No new recruit for now, unfortunately. Right. Okay, well, that seems like those are all the things we can do here, except for to go carousing. Enjoy yourself. Will reduce terror. Might run into trouble or romance. I mean, trouble sounds interesting. We don't have a ton of terror, is the thing. I feel like this, if it succeeds, will reduce terror by more than 4. So that would be a little bit wasteful. Anyway, let's take a look at the whole here. 19 fuel and 8 supplies. Obviously, this is more than we've ever had. And we have an officer. We're in decent shape. Could be a little bit better, but then again, you know, that Spider Silk actually did give me a good amount of money. Now, these supplies are going to last me a good while. And it seems like... Actually, no, I can't really say that. I was going to say that. It seems like there are more ways to just get free supplies for certain things than there are ways for fuel, but that's probably not the case. Obviously, I have experienced way too few of the possible events to be able to say that with any kind of certainty. So... the thing is, I might have enough fuel now to visit the surface, but of course I need to make the trip there in the first place. And especially if I want to make the trip to the Isle of Cats, that's going to take even more fuel. That being said, supplies might even be enough, honestly, for the trip that I'm planning. I'm still going to buy up to 10, just to feel a bit safer. And I'm tempted to just put everything else into fuel and just start on that expedition. Maybe basically go to Isle of Cats in a straight line. See if I can actually get that mirror catch box again. Maybe it was called that. Obviously get the port report, and depending on how things look then, terror-wise, fuel-wise, I will then decide whether I want to return straight back to London, or maybe even straight to the canal, to the surface canal, or if I want to continue my trip visiting the other ports down there, mainly for the reports, but also for anything else that might happen and that I might be able to pick up along the way. Obviously, all the time avoiding combat, not getting damaged, not losing anything on the high seas, if possible. And then return, because obviously I will have to buy more fuel eventually, right? And supplies. Even if I don't lose anything. Well, I'm going to go up to 25 for now. Obviously the trip is going to consume more than that. More than my surplus, but I should be able to... Well, if I gather port reports, I'm obviously going to make a little bit more money. So that's fine. And I want to keep a little bit of money on hand as well. This is probably not enough to really do anything meaningful with. in any of the ports I dock at, but you know, might as well try. Okay. Alright. Feeling kind of confident that we're at least gonna make it somewhere. Obviously, as far as actually beating the game is concerned, I've no idea. I've not even started, you know, scratching the surface here, but at least we might be able to see some new things, and that's good enough for now. I'm going to manual save. We were at her third, yes. So there we go. Keep expecting enter to just confirm and save, but no. All right, and yeah, decided not to go carousing. That's right. That's the one thing that I was considering doing. Okay, let's see here. There's the Crimean Canal. Mutton Island, I think, is there. So if we actually do head for the... Yeah, that's honestly perfect. And we might even run into more locations. The more the merrier, obviously. On the way to the Isle of Cats. Kind of wish I could... Well... Kind of wish there was a way to... You know, have a little marker, set a marker that's going to show me the direction. But I guess I'm going to have to eyeball it. That's okay. Obviously, going in a perfectly straight line would be most efficient, but that's not going to happen anyway. We're going to dock here and there along the way. At least that's the idea. So these waters are relatively safe, but okay, pips are turning red, so let's put on the lights. Oh, and there's Mutton Island. How did I miss that earlier? That's crazy. Also, there's a freaking mega lobster. It's not a lobster. Oh, okay, that's by far the easiest victory. It got kind of confused there, but I'm kind of stuck. Well, dissect it for knowledge, butcher it for supplies. Had I not done this before? Have I killed one of these things? God, no, I don't know. I think I'm actually gonna butcher it. Oh. Well, that's fine. Losing 25 hunger, sure. I thought we would get 1 unit of supplies, but no, that's okay. I guess I can, yeah, go without lights here. It feels like, yeah, probably managing the lights, just turning them on and off as required is unfortunately required if you want to be efficient with your fuel usage. And I don't like that. I don't like, you know, having to pay attention to that constantly, this tiny little display up here, and also hitting that relatively awkward to reach hotkey. You know, it's the furthest away hotkey from the WASD cluster where I'm typically gonna have my hand resting. So it's just it's a little bit inconvenient, and yeah, I don't know, it doesn't feel great. I wish I could just not worry about that, but I get it. This is all about resource management, of course. So anyway, Quakers Haven. Wandering Parson. He glances nervously back at the Cock and Magpie, but his handshake is strong. Right, but we don't have a submarine, so we can't do anything here. Drinks at the Cock and Magpie. There's only one public house on the island. The Cock and Magpie is famed for its local cider and, of course, the Z-food. I don't know if we've done this last time. Probably not, because I probably was completely broke. Explore the shore. Well, we can obviously always do that. Pick up a wretched Mog. Did I do that? We have the Gallivanter, which was obviously free, if better than the default mascot. I don't remember if we... I don't think I did pick this up. No, because it takes 3 freaking supplies. So that's honestly kind of expensive. Which hopefully means that that is relatively good as well. You know what I should always do? I really need to... Yeah, I'm gonna save over this one, that's fine. Obviously we made the trip just fine and even want to fight without taking any damage, so that's always a nice bonus. So yeah, always save when you enter port. You never know There might always be, you know, chance-dependent events or things you try and that turn out not to be worth whatever you invested. Buy supplies from a dockside stall. Rosy-nosed merchant is well stocked with crates of mushrooms and dried fish. It's the best you can do here. Wait. Oh, literal supplies. Yeah, for 30 or for 20. Interesting. No official shops, but we do have these. Okay. Chat to the fisherman. Explore the shore. I mean, we need to do this for the port report. But apparently, unlike other places, this also causes time to pass or maybe forfeits opportunities to do other things here? Is that right? Huh. Chat to the fisherman for 1 echo. Visit the hilltop above town. There's not much wind on the Untersee, but Mutton Island suffers eerie gusts and buffets from an inexplicably local fragment of weather, and the air on the hilltop sometimes carries interesting scents. Low risk, high chance of success. Okay, so this consumes the story waiting for me. Let's go with this one first. Toasting the wind. Let's see first. Okay, we succeeded. Good. So we can continue. You stand on a cliff top looking over the little village. Smoke from the chimney of Little Cock and Magpie... Little? What? The Cock and Magpie drifts straight upwards. As you watch, the smoke tilts. The sudden wind thins it to a pencil smudge, then nothing. The wind screams unexpectedly, like a god cut in half. Holy crap. What a noise. It must be the caves around the island channeling the air. At least, that's the most comforting explanation. Below you, the locals each take nips from a shared flask and make a toast towards the mainland. The wind is southerly. Okay, we gained 2 terror, yeah. Gained 1 fragment. That's all for now. This strikes me as the kind of thing that's not worth it at all. Succeeded in a challenge, and all we get for it is 1 fragment, which is nothing. And gain 2 terror. Unless this is the foundation for something else to happen down the line. I don't know about this one. All the other options are still there for what it's worth. Let's chat to the fisherman. Pirates plying the waves, smugglers at their work, carnate ships putting into resupply. Nothing dramatic, but enough to interest the Admiralty. Oh, that gave me the port report. Interesting that we had to pay for this one. And now I can no longer explore? Wait, is that right? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Just a second. I mean, obviously we want the port report, but if I can only do 2 things... Yeah, chat to the fisherman. I mean, that gave me the port report. Okay, actually, yeah, if I had looked at this, I would have known. The thing is that the hilltop didn't seem to do anything for me, so let's explore the shore. Wander a little along the shore. Oh. Okay. Take a stroll along the beach. Perhaps the sea has brought you something. Driftwood? A smooth dark surface. Something glinting. Just bottle glass? The remnants of a shipwreck. What's washed up here? A nasty glob of goo. It lies on the shingle like a discarded heart. Well, presumably I can only take one of these things. Let's go with the shipwreck. I don't know. Gain 6 fuel. Drums of fuel. Heck yeah. I'm super curious about the other options, but I'm not gonna save and reload and check out every single one of them. You know, 6 fuel is perfectly fine. That's more than fine. Obviously I'm gonna buy the port report for 1 echo. That's fine as well. I could still have a drink. I could pick up the Mog. It's tempting. But 3 supplies, that's at least 60 echoes, which is quite a bit. I mean, I can always just do it and reload if it turns out to be not worth it. It jumps down from your arms and disappears into the darkness of the ship. Okay. An hour later, 5 brutally executed rats are found on the foredeck. Okay, that's good. Why did I take 3 whole supplies? So that seems like a lot. You know, I mean, sure, the game has to assign some sort of cost to things, of course. But you know, like lore-wise or in-universe, that doesn't make a lot of sense, right? 1 unit of supplies is apparently enough to feed the entire crew. So, how could a single cat just take that many supplies? Anyway, officers. Wretched Mark. Iron +2. Its perpetual ill temper does not endear it to the crew, but it does make it an effective ratter. I mean, that's nice. It would be nice if that meant that that our supplies last longer in the long run, because, you know, less gets eaten by rats. But it doesn't say anything about that. Oh, I cannot even do anything with it. Right, that's what had me confused. So mirrors and pages versus just 2 units of iron. It's less stats and it doesn't state any other effect. Surely having this on board is going to trigger some events down the line or change how certain events go. So there has to be some kind of benefit to this. But as it is, I don't know. And also I don't know if you have to actually have it assigned as your mascot for it to take effect, or if it's enough to just have it with you. Because it's technically still on board, right? As is the comatose ferret, for what it's worth. But as far as just stats go, I think I prefer the Gallivanter. I mean, the mirrors is gonna affect combat, but it's 3 rather than just 2 points of iron. And the pages help as well, if probably only a little bit, but still. So yeah, I don't know about this one. That has set me back in terms of my planned expedition. Although we might actually be good on fuel, so that's definitely nice. I don't know about this one. I don't know. There's at 5. Right, because I didn't witness that horrible noise at the hilltop this time around. You know what? I think I'm not gonna get this cat. It might be useful. I don't know. I do like cats. This cat doesn't seem like a particularly nice one. I don't know. I feel like 3 units of supplies might make the difference as far as my plans are concerned. And I can always come back and pick this up later if it turns out, you know, if I ever find myself with plenty of supplies. So let's see if the options here are even going to be the same. Well, yes. I'm so tempted to just check all of them out. And I could. But I'm going to see... Oh. Okay. You know, I'm okay with this. 4 supplies. Those should last me a good while, and that's worth 80, at least, as opposed to 60 for 6 units of fuel, so a better deal for sure. Now, arguably, I could just use 3 of these to get the cat, and still have 1 free crate of supplies, but again, for now, I'm not going to. You know, I'm okay with this. I think I'm okay with this. Let's not forget, though, to also get the port report. Right. The Wretched Mark is there. We could have a drink. We could pick up the Wandering Parson if we had a submarine. We don't yet. Okay, I'm gonna save this. I think this is fine. Yes, I think this is fine. I'm gonna keep telling myself it's fine. So it's fine. Okay, Mutton Island, awesome. Onward we go. And it was actually, yeah, okay, it was actually quite a bit further north than I thought. I mean, not really that much further in the grand scheme of things, but you know. So Terra's going up slowly, fuel is burning. There's something bright over this way. There's a ship? I think, actually I'm not entirely sure. No, it's a jellyfish. Those are kind of nasty. All clear. I can always send it out to Z-Bat. Oh, Shepherd Isles, some distance to the east. Oh, that must be these. Oh, that's some distance. Well, I'm tempted to make that trip. Switch off the light. Okay, it's losing track. Maybe it's seen me again. Yeah, it's after me. Is it still going to be there when I undock? Can I even dock? Okay, I totally can when I'm in combat. That's good to know. Shepherd Isles. A new place, actually. Well, not somewhere I was planning to go. So much for going in a straight line, but, you know. All of this is kind of hopefully pay for the fuel it cost me to get here. Hopefully. Shepherd Isles. Of course, the Bearded Watchman tells you... of course, there are no actual shepherds on the Shepherd Isles. Sheep are mostly illegal here. No, indeed, it's just the name of this gentleman that founded the islands. Yeah, okay. Greybeards sitting in the village square and solemnly, not square and solemnly. No sheep, one says, but plenty of tails. Ask us anything. A picnic at the Standing Stones. For 5 echoes, unlocked with 1 terror. The bearded villagers will sell you mutton stew. Okay, so sheep. If there's mutton, then there have to be some sheep. So much for them being illegal. Although maybe it's just all salt mutton imported from the surface or something. Mutton stew and kefir. And stone bottles of cold, fresh spring water. And row you over to the stones. Okay. Tales of the Standing Stones. The bearded villagers are happy to talk about the local sites. Well, site. Tales of the 3 graves. Who sleeps beneath the turf over on that island to the northwest? Tales of Thornwell Croft. What about the isle to the north? The one that isn't bridged? The rest of the Z. Rest of the Z, the bearded watchman scoffs. Here's what you need. Here's where you need to be. We don't talk about the rest of the Z. But a sniveling caitiff draws you aside. I got something for you, he promises. But I'll need some of that good stuff from London. A lot of that good stuff. 2 casks of mushroom wine, I see. And 7 supplies, yeah, okay. That better be really good, man. Not that I can pick it right now. Compile a port report. I mean, we can always do this, yes. Doesn't seem like that's gonna have any kind of cost associated. Engage an officer, the sigil-ridden navigator. I wouldn't mind a navigator, but I don't actually have the money for it. Ah, that's unfortunate. I would do that. Let me guide your ship. I know all the Z. How it was, how it will be. You know how it will be? That could be useful. Please, the headaches only stop when I'm working. Increases mirrors and veils. I mean, we could use some more veils, I guess. And mirrors are always nice. Yeah, too bad we're just a little bit short on cash. Don't suppose... I mean, I could sell some supplies. 2 supplies to pick up the guy. I don't know if that could be worth it. Anyway, first things first. Port report. Oh yes, yes. Yes, yes, my yes. There's been goings on. In the bleak light of the full star, surface rolling like a porridge pot, up with a roar of steam and flash of fire. 3 widows swim in tentacles, and then he saw His Highness. There is rather a lot of this material. Okay, that better be worth a lot of money when I return with it. Now, a picnic, which will cost me 5 now. I mean, could I be so lucky and one of these will end up just giving me at least 7 echoes? Probably not. The game has not really been rewarding me with money outright. The possibility of another officer is really tempting here. And I do have a lot of supplies. Just that obviously I'm gonna have to refill them. I mean, 2 supplies, that's 40 echoes. Wait. Yeah. So, in the long run, or all things combined, this guy will have cost me 90 echoes, which is a lot. I don't know about that. I don't know if I can afford that. I guess I have to make a choice. The Standing Stones, the one local site, seems like the least interesting, perhaps. The 3 Graves sounds interesting. Thornwell Croft sounds... They're making it sound very mysterious, but I don't know, maybe there isn't really anything going on there. Tales of the 3 Graves, sure. Okay. You know the Drownies? The sailors what won't rest? Well, they rest here. I've seen them come up out of the water all white and dripping and dig themselves into the ground. They take turns. I think they miss the feel of the earth. Okay, why don't they just stay there like normal bodies do? Gained 1 Tale of Terror, new total 2. Okay, apparently we had 1, maybe from visiting the sisters, I'm not sure. Gained 1 Terror, okay, could be worse. Gained 1 Z Story. And that's actually all we can do now. For now. Right. Except potentially sell 2 supplies and pick up an officer. I'm gonna think about it. But honestly, I don't think I want to do that right now. If I had the echoes for it, I would have probably paid, even if I was broke afterwards. But that plus the supplies that I'm going to have to replace later, I don't know about that. Anyway, also, okay, hold capacity is actually kind of full. Makes sense, but we still have a little bit of room, that's okay. Not really something I've had to worry about in the past runs. So that's a decent change of pace, actually. We must have also gained a secret at some point, right? Yes. So that's nice. We can unlock the university when we return to London, if nothing else. Right, for now, I guess I'm gonna... Am I gonna save over the same one again? I guess so. I don't see myself needing to go back, but then you never know. It's not like there's a limited number of save slots or anything. I could also just delete some of the old ones, which I'm obviously not going to go back to. Yeah. Also, I'm actually going to call an episode here because, mysteriously, it's already been 44 minutes at this point, if my clock isn't lying to me. And, you know, these don't have to go an hour long every single time. This episode has been... I was going to say, you know, this game can be very stressful. This episode has not been. It's been pretty calm, all things considered. And some good things have happened to me for the first time in a while. Or ever? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll reconsider. Maybe I'll think some more about this. But for now, I'm going to call an episode here. And we're going to continue our trip to Cat Isle. Maybe meandering a little bit more. Meandering a little bit more on the way there. If anything else seems, you know, within reach. Because obviously the more port reports, the merrier. And the wealthier I'm gonna be. Okay, yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye bye.